Thanks for joining us. Today we're going to be talking about patio paints, and I'm so excited about these projects because they're so colorful and fun for this year. And so I'm going to show you some quick fun ideas for some pots that you can put on your patio or porch or indoors. We're going to have a giveaway as well of the patio paint, so just comment and share to get entered, and they're going to announce that winner on Monday. Now these paints are so great because they have many colors that we have on shopdecoart.com, and they're for, like I said, indoor outdoor use. They're no sealers necessary. You're going to need like a surface that's porous. It adheres great to like concrete, you know, terracotta, wood, but it works on so many other surfaces. I've used it on metal, so it's really fun to use. So I'm just going to get started and show you these fun ideas, which are great for like a patio refresh if you wanted to update some old pots you had sitting around, and they're just kind of bland. So that's what I'm going to show you today. So I'm going to show you just several different things that I've done for these simple designs. You know, I like these fun patterns, bright colors. It's funny, today it's actually snowing here, so that's fun. Unexpected April Fool's joke from Mother Nature. I just started. Now I think you should, my pots were blank. I'm going to cover them completely with the patio paint inside and out. Now if you wanted to just set another pot in there, you know, and use them more decorative, but you could absolutely plant your plants in here if you wanted to. So just going to show you. I like using a flat brush for these designs because it's real easy and simple. I'm just going to brush it on. And it looks, if you don't want to have too many brush strokes for that undercoat, just kind of go in one direction. Get that covered. These are really fun to work with. They're just great for this outdoor projects that I'm sure you're seeing all these DIYs. I like to just load that brush and it just slides around great. Now, I did 2 coats with all these colors, so I'm just going to show you one coat, but you know, if you think it needs it, you can go back over it if you want. Get that last little bit there. And I found that these, while I'm working, they dry fairly fast, so in between coats, it doesn't take long at all. Get that covered. I even did the bottom. Get that top edge. These are real durable and long-lasting. You know, if you wanted to update it every year, you could, but I'm sure that they would last way longer than that. I'm gonna set that aside and let it dry. So, for some of these designs, like the rainbow pattern is real popular right now. So what I did is, and this will be on our website for projects, if you wanted to look it up and follow along, or print these designs out. You just cut it out. You can make it larger or smaller if you need to. And then you just make a simple template. So this is kind of bigger than my pot, which is fine. You can use a pencil or a colored pencil. I like to use, that way it doesn't show up in the paint. So I use it similar to the color I'm going to be using. And as you see, these lines don't have to be perfect because when you're using that flat brush, you can get that nice crisp edge. You get your basic design. Yeah. And then if you wanted to cut that next arc out, you could in that next one. I'm just going to freehand it on here for time's sake. That was simple. So then I like to use as you saw in that earlier shot, there's several different colors that I've used, like a warmer yellows and oranges, and these nice greens, the turquoise, this nice fuchsia. Just think they go really well together for those spring colors. Now, a tip that I found helps a lot with like layers of paint. When you have your patio paint color out, I like to add just like a drop or two of white, and that just helps the opacity, and it saves you on layers of paint. I just think it helps with those brush strokes. And you just mix that. Just like that. And like I said, it's just, you're gonna go back in, brush that out. That's why I like working with these flat brushes, because you can get that line pretty crisp. And I don't think this is a project you have to be super precise anyway. I mean, absolutely you can if you want. And I just get that covered. If you mess up, you just go over it. That's fine. And then you just fill that in with the color. I like to just get it covered with the color. Now that it's not porous because we have that bottom layer on, you can get your color on. Just cover it really quickly. And then you can go back over it to smooth out those brush strokes. That way it's nice and smooth and it levels out when it dries. And if you want to add that second coat on there, oops, it'll be ready. I'll let that dry. So I'm going to show you this simple, like it's real easy to get lines with masking tape. You just mask off where you want. And that's super fun to do. Especially with these patterns that are real popular now with these linear, like 70s retro vibe. Just get some masking tape. Now you can get different widths of masking tape if you want, but I don't think that's necessary. Now, what's a little bit tricky is when you're putting the masking tape on a curved surface, it's gonna wanna like curve up. So I chose my design where I'd have that little bit of area where I could just eye it as I'm going around and keep it sort of straight. And you might have to lay it down and then lift it back up just to make it straight as you go around. But like I said, this is a project where you don't have to be super like precise, and it still turns out great. So if you're just joining us, I'd like to mention that we're doing a giveaway of these patio paints. And they're really great for indoor, outdoor use. And we have so many colors to choose from on Shop DecoArt. All you have to do is comment and share. And then we'll get that winner out to you on Monday. So good luck. So then once I get that tape on there, I'm going to overlap that so you don't have that little piece. Just press it down. Okay. And then I did this little scallop edge, and like I said, there's some patterns that are going to be on our website under projects. You can print that out and cut it, or you can make your own. So I've already cut that out. So you just lay it on there and you're just going to trace around it. Again, the tracing. Like I said before, it doesn't have to be precise. When you're using those flat brushes, you can really get that crisp line that you want. That's really light, but can you see that? So I overlap it just a little bit because unless you want it to go all the way down and have a space, I just overlap it so it can stop here and start again. And I'm using this tape line as my guide. So that's that. You just keep going around. Now sometimes when you go on around and you might have this weird gap, like I'll show you on this one, like it didn't quite fit. So I just added a little baby one in there. It's fine. Still looks good. Now you can measure it precisely if you really want it to match up, but I'll just show you one more and I'll paint those with a pretty fuchsia color. So again, I'm gonna use these flat brushes. Now as you're going on with the details, you might want to have a variety of sizes of flat brushes. I think mainly I use the wider one, like the 3/4, and maybe this size for like very small, fine details when I'm finishing up. But I'll show you this. And I did the tip with adding the drop of white paint to the color, just to help the opacity. Now some people like the brush strokes and just want to do one coat, and that's fine. Just depends on your preference. But it will take about 2 coats. I did 2 coats on these pots. So the first coat I added the white drop of paint, but then on the second coat it was just the color, and then so it was really vibrant. You're just gonna do that. It's kind of therapeutic. I love it. You might get an idea about another design as you're brushing it out. Like I could add another color there and have those little rainbow patterns. You just go on around the whole pot. I mean, honestly, you might even be able to, without doing your stencil, just kind of eye it if you really want to speed the project along. Let the brush do the work for you. I'll do one big one to make it match. So once you get that on there, you don't even have to let it dry. Let me find the end of the paint. There we go. So that was basically your line. You just take that off, and you have that nice clean line. So then you can let that dry so you're not accidentally sticking your finger in it. But for that next line, you would just do your tape again and leave that bottom edge. Let's see if I can turn this. There we go. I did it. Fast forward time, that's actually dry. I'll just show you an area. So there's that next line. I just used that same brush. I think using a bigger brush, if you can, that also helps with the brush strokes, if you don't want to have a lot of those. So I'll do the blue, or let's see, this is Blue Bahama. These colors work so well together. So you just load your brush. And you're just gonna go along that edge. Nice and clean. Smooth out your brush strokes. And there's your next line. And you would just do that and do the same thing for that bottom part. Now if you have a little bleeding through, what works great are baby wipes or like a wet paper towel. Now I just wrap my finger like that and just kind of run it along that line. That gets it clean. That's working good. So then I'm going to show you for the detail work with the white lines and the orange line. I just used a small liner brush. I think it's actually our gloss enamel glass art brushes, but they're great for line work, I think. And I'll show you real quick. You just get your brush loaded. I kind of twist it a little bit. See, this one's already dry to the touch, so it dries pretty fast. I don't have that second color on there. Obviously, I would have that other color on there, but just kind of lay that color down. And this is good too for touch-ups if you had a little piece that needed touched up. And that just makes it look more clean. Sometimes I get that line too wide and then I have to go back in with the orange, but you know, that's just touch-ups. So I hope y'all enjoy these pot ideas and really try them out on your spring patio to bring fun and a lot of color to your porch. Again, don't forget to share and comment on this Facebook Live, and then they're going to announce the winner on Monday. And you can shop these colors on our website, DecoArt.com. And like I said, the patio paints are great colors, great coverage, indoor, outdoor use, used on many different materials. Hope you try them out. Thanks for joining. Bye.